Welcome back. We apologize for the technical problems that we're facing. But right now we're joined over the phone by Mervat Khalil from London, who is the chairman of the Egyptian Union Abroad. Good afternoon to you, ma'am.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Could you tell us a bit about, the voting via mail process? This is the first time Egypt has done this. What do you think of this step?
My voice is not clear at all. Can you repeat your answer, please? Can you repeat your question? Hello? Hello?
Hear me?
Hello, can you repeat your question, please? The voice
Yes, sure. What do you think of voting via mail? This is the first time that Egyptians have voted through mail. How do you see this, and do you think it's going to be successful?
I'm really sorry. There is a terrible distortion in the voice. Hello?
Ma'am, can you hear me? Yes, can you still hear me?
Well, I can't hear you very well, but I'm gonna give you the picture about the election in the United Kingdom and for the Egyptians abroad in general, if that's all right, because I can't hear you very well, really. So we started the election to print out the papers two days ago on the 19th and the 20th of October. And we sent all the envelopes for the MCs to start receiving it in the 21st, 22nd, 23rd of this month. This is only the first stage of the election, and the second stage is going to be for the Egyptians abroad as well on the 2nd and 3rd of November to print out the papers and start sending it to the MCs. They will receive it on the 3 days, 4th and 5th and 6th. In the beginning, we started with the first day. We started with a Zoom meeting with the Minister of Immigration and Egyptians abroad or experts, and she was following really everything about the election, and if anybody faces any trouble or they couldn't log in the site, and that's continued for the few hours in the morning till everything was settled and everyone knew exactly what they're doing. About the Britain here in UK, well, most of the Egyptian really, the ones we get in contact with, they are really had. They were so insisting that they have to vote, and everyone faced any trouble. They called how I'm going to log in, how I'm going to print out my papers, and that was actually great because you see them. They are looking forward for the future, and they want to choose who they are going to elect. Some of them already they have people from their part or their town or their city, and they are supporting. So that was like a good start, and we are going to see in the second part as well, which started on the second. Will start on the 2nd of November. What's going to happen?
Do you think that Egyptians living abroad had access to parliamentary campaigns and programs of the potential MPs?
Sorry, can you repeat your question again?
Do you think, as someone living abroad, you had enough access to information about the programs presented by these probable MPs?
About the information about the future MPs, what we did as the General Union of Egyptians Abroad. There is a group on Facebook which the youth actually in here they did it and they designed it, and it's when you go inside and you press on any of the names of the MPs, the future MPs, it will get you all the information about this MP. And some of them, or most of them really, they did like a small video which they say what they are going to do and what they are hoping to do. So we try to send the link of this page to everyone so they can, at least they know who is there, especially they are abroad. Like I am from Alexandria, and I have a little contact, especially with the people. They are just, putting themselves to be represented. So I had to go on this information and look to each one of them and see what they are going to do and what their background, and that's the way I choose the people I elected, really. So I think the Egyptians abroad, they had a fair idea about who they want and what they want to do.
Do you think that Egyptians abroad have the same mindset as Egyptians living inside the country in terms of choosing a candidate, or are there different factors that help people abroad, choose a candidate for them?
Well, when you choose your candidate, just you go to his profile or her profile,
yes,
and you try to see if they are actually qualified to do the work they think the country needs at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
The country is developing. This president is doing as much as he can, and he needs a hand to help, really, mm-hmm. and to be positive towards everything that's happening in the country. So when you choose your candidate, you have to choose the one you think really
yes.
is going to be beneficial for the future, for the country, at least for the next 4 years.
What do you think of voting by mail? Was it successful so far?
Excuse me, can you just repeat again? I'm sorry.
Voting by mail, what do you think of the idea of voting through mail?
It's sent through the mail?
Yes.
Yeah, voting through the mail.
What do you think of it?
Yeah, well, it's great, actually. That was, it started because of the corona, and we all know that.
Yes.
Because of the social distancing. But actually, we asked for that ages ago, because if I tell you, we have only one MC in London. Mm-hmm. And England is quite, United Kingdom, actually, it's quite a large country. And when we have elections or anything to do with Egypt, the people have to come all the way from Scotland, for example, or any other part of the country, and that will take almost all day from them just to come down to the MC. Some of them, they have to travel at night to be there in the morning, and voting through the post. That's really, really good. Sometimes I have to take a time off to go for the voting, but now I can vote from my own home. I could vote from work. As long as I have a printer with me, and I could just do that. Once I finish work, I could just go and post it, and that's make it really, really easy.
So basically, you're saying that this could actually increase the number of voters, since it made things a lot easier for them.
Pardon? I'm really.
So you're saying that basically this process could increase the number of voters because now it's just easier. They don't have to travel long distances to vote.
Yes, of course it will, because most of the people which, like when we see that there was an election, or it was the Constitution amendment, maybe we didn't see too many people, but that's because it's so far away, and some people, they actually can't afford that. First, the traveling is too expensive, especially if you see the United States or here. The traveling is actually so expensive, it needs a budget itself. That's one thing. And the second thing is the time, because if I travel today, I have to be at work tomorrow. So sometimes, I can't be really absent from work because, I will get done for it. So it means by post, so that will really, really be a good thing for the future as well, not just because of the corona or COVID-19. No, it's for the future. It's going to, be a very good thing to do or to carry on with.
These elections have helped, bring to light new political parties as well. Did you guys get a chance to learn about the new parties or flourishing parties right now?
I'm really sorry. If you can just repeat again.
I'm just saying.
The voice is just very.
Yeah, I'm saying that the elections helped, certain parties, political parties, to flourish and shed new light on them. Have expats been able to learn more about these political parties A lot of them are very new.
I'm really sorry. It's just the line is really bad.
I understand.
And I can't really hear clearly. What are you saying?
Yes, it's all right. Ms. Mervat Khalil from London, the chairman of the Egyptian Union Abroad. Thank you so much for joining us over the phone and shedding some light on what expats are doing right now at the polling stations. Unfortunately, this brings us to the end of this episode of Cairo Local Time, but stay tuned for more on Nile TV.